Hi guys, this is like the third time I've tried to record this. The first time my phone ran out of memory for videos. The second time, just as I started speaking, my phone rang, which I'm actually recording on, so that obviously stopped the recording. You may hear some funny noises while I'm talking to you. That's my son. He's my little bubba. He's going to be one soon. It's just me and him at home today because my older ones are all out with their dads. They've gone to the cinema and they're going to do bowling and stuff and have a generally fun day out. So I thought I would use this opportunity to catch up on my video editing and my voiceover recordings and, you know, everything else that I've got to do. I set myself a goal for this week to try and lose 3 pounds. Now, my reasoning behind that, I don't know if you saw my my weigh-in video from yesterday, but I got my 2 Stone Award and my Club 10 Award, and another £1 on top of that. So I'm £6 away from my next mini goal, from my next half a stone. So I thought if I could lose £3 this week and £3 next week, that would be me already at my 2.5 stone, which would be really cool. We were also talking in group about the fact that it's like 15 weeks, I think it is, until Christmas. Christmas, which I hadn't even given a second's thought to. I haven't even started my Christmas shopping. I don't even know what the kids want. God knows. Anyway, I digress. 15 weeks, although I don't know if that's from like this week, like 15 weigh-ins. So I figure, well, if I use 14 as a good, you know, it's a good number to use because obviously there's 14 pounds to a stone. So I think the general thing behind it was that if you consistently lost £1 a week, then by Christmas you'd have lost a stone. So I thought, right, so if I can, on average, lose £2 a week between now and Christmas, that would be me getting my 4 Stone Award. Now, I've never actually got that far before. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been at that weight before, but when I was doing Slimming World years ago, when I was down south, I left because I'd fallen pregnant with my daughter at the time. I actually decided to leave Slimming World, and at that point I was just about to get my 3 Stone Award. And that's about as far as I'd gone before. And then when I did it at home in the past, I've lost a stone and a half. But this time, the fact that I've got my 2 Stone Award and the fact that I'm still making that kind of conscious decision to make those healthier decisions, make healthier eating choices, and try to watch what I'm eating when it comes to sins and things. Bum bum! Sorry, my son's new sound. He can say bum bum now. I really want to be able to get my 4 Stone Award for Christmas because I think, well, that would be a pretty cool Christmas present to give myself. You know, to have lost another 2 stone from where I am now. I mean, admittedly, it's taken me since March, when I joined, to now, at the beginning of September. So that's what, April, May, June, July, August, September. It's taken me 6 months to lose 2 stone. But to be fair, at least 2 of those months, like over the summer, I wasn't on plan. So I suppose even if you said it's taken me 4 months to lose 2 stone, it's still within my reach. It's still perfectly doable. And if I can also have weeks like I had last week where I'm losing 3.5 pounds some weeks, then, you know, that's all good. It's either bonus weight off towards my goal, or it means that if I do have some weeks where I'm maybe not managing to hit that £2 mark, and I'm only getting £1 or, you know, half a pound off or something, then at least it kind of averages out over the weeks. So that's kind of my thought process at the moment, that's what I want to aim for. I want to get my 2.5 stone award in the next couple of weeks, and I want to get my 4 stone award by Christmas. I go through stages of like being really committed to it and being really like on it, you know, really like focused on 100% being on plan. I don't really have many like occasions and celebrations and things that generally get in the way. So in a way that's kind of a good thing, because it's less opportunities to mess up, basically, or to have to like flexi sin. He's singing. Can you hear him? He's adorable. But I do also go through phases where I struggle to stick to plan. I don't think I've mentioned it like this time round in my vlogs, because the vlogs that I was doing before were on my other channel, and so this is like the first vlog that I've done for the Inspiring Amy channel. So yes, vlog number 1. I suffer with depression and a certain amount of stress and anxiety as well. Occasionally I have panic attacks and things, and I'm also, although it's not been diagnosed, I also have issues with OCD tendencies. I might try and do some videos on some of those things and how they can affect people, because it can affect your daily life, and it can affect quite easily the decisions that you make, and obviously those decisions are what affect the outcome of your life and your weight loss and everything else. My depression comes and goes. I am on meds for it, which on the whole tend to keep me fairly well balanced. However, it does mean that there will be days where I feel quite fatigued. You know, I have zero energy. I mean, that's why I try to do batch cooks, or at least just cook extra portions of what I'm having so that I can freeze them down, so that in theory when I have these bad days and I don't feel like cooking, or I just can't be bothered or whatever, I've got meals in the freezer that I can just put in the microwave. I don't have much of a selection of meals at the moment in my freezer. I have a couple of portions of bolognese. I have a couple of portions of beef stew, but I think that's about it. So I definitely need to do some more batch cooking. But obviously that has to be done on a day where my depression isn't bothering me and isn't a factor. And it helps if my OCD is actually at play, because it means that I will be more organised, and everything has to be done in order. And so generally that kind of works out well. I can use my OCD to my advantage sometimes, but it's just a pain in the ass other times. But anyway, I find myself digressing from what I was originally going to talk to you about. But yeah, I suppose in a roundabout way, yeah, I have my bad days, I have my good days, I have my organised days, I have just my total chaos days where nothing seems to make sense and nothing goes how I want it to. Yesterday, for example, I was having a reasonably good day as far as food goes. I was writing down all of the things that I was eating. In fact, I have my notebook here. See, it's all just scribbles and stuff, but you can probably see. I I didn't have any breakfast yesterday. I had things to do in the morning, so by the time I'd done the school run and then come back and done the other things, it was getting on for lunchtime anyway. So I decided, right, well, I'm going to have lunch. Lunch is normally the one that gets missed. I normally try and have, even if it's a late breakfast or more of a brunch, I'll have that in the morning and then I'll have my dinner in the evening. And yeah, lunch was the one that I got to try and sort of sneak in there somehow. But basically, I missed breakfast, and so for lunch I thought, well, I need to do something fairly filling. So I got one of the beef hash steaks from Muscle Foods out of the freezer, and I also I had defrosted a couple of the high protein rolls that they do as well. I think they're Dr. Zach's. They're really good, they're really tasty, and they're much more filling than a standard wholemeal roll. Obviously because they've got added protein in them. So I did that. I cooked up the hash steak, put it on a roll. I put a slice of processed cheese on it. So I kind of had a cheeseburger type thing, and just a tiny little bit of ketchup. So I thought, right, that's fine. That'll keep me going till dinner time. You know, we're all good. I'd been noting down my drinks that I was having, my cups of tea. I had a couple of energy drinks because well, to be fair, I have energy drinks most days. No, they're not good. They're really not good. But my body seems to need caffeine. It's an addiction, I guess. And because over the years I've consumed quite a lot, I still need to kind of keep that consumption up, or I'm going to go into terrible withdrawal. And right now, with everything else that I have going on, I can't be dealing with that as well. So yeah, so my energy drinks, my Diet Pepsi, all things. I mean, the sugar-free ones. So as far as Slimming World goes, they're still all free. So at the moment, that's what I'm focusing on. That's like that's the main thing. The trying to reduce my caffeine intake will come a bit further down the line when I can deal with that. And so yeah, I'd had my roll. I mean, the protein rolls are actually 10.5 sins each. So what I do, I kind of take 6 sins off for my healthy B fibre allowance, and just sin like the other 4.5 sins. And then obviously I had a couple of sins on ketchup, so that was me at sort of 6.5 sins already. But it was going all right. I thought, no, that's fine. I had planned to cook something for dinner. It wasn't until later on in the day that I realised that I hadn't actually got any of my meat out to defrost. So, yeah, options were kind of limited there. And to be fair, once I'd done the school run and the kids were in and I'd done housework, and I was shattered. I honestly couldn't bring myself to stand and cook a meal from scratch, even if I had the meat defrosted. And as I'd had bolognese the other day, I really didn't fancy it. I think my head, one of the voices in my head was just like, yeah, just get a takeaway, yeah, just, you know, it's fine. And I very nearly did. I really, very, very nearly did just like get on my phone and order a pizza or a kebab or something, you know. But I was fighting against that because I thought, well, no, I did really well last week, and if I want to lose another 3 pounds this week, then I've got to rein in all these like takeaways and junk food and stuff, because it's not going to help me. So rather than giving in and phoning for a takeaway, I hauled my backside into the kitchen and did what I always tend to do when I don't have energy for cooking. I made a big bowl of cheesy smash. Now, as I mentioned, I'd had cups of tea and I'd had a slice of cheese, so my healthy extra A allowance had been used up. But I figured, well, 6 sins on cheese for 40 grams of cheese is going to be much better, a much safer option than like phoning for a pizza that's going to be like 80, 90 sins or something. You know, this is 6 sins on a bit of cheese. So I thought, yeah, that's what I do. So I made it, and I sat and ate it, and I actually quite enjoyed it. I know I'm weird. I know lots of people like think smash, bleh, not gonna know. I actually quite like it. I'm just weird like that. But it was hot and it was filling and it was tasty. And so I thought, you know what, I've done it. I've overcome that. It's cool. I'm still within my sins for the day, because personally, because I still have so much to lose and because I'm still so heavy, I'm actually allowed up to 20 sins a day rather than just the 15. That is going to change soon. I think it's like when I get another stone off or something, or another 2 stone off, then it drops down to 15. But I still have a long way to go. I still have a very long journey. So yeah, I thought, well, that's fine. That would be me at about 12, 13 sins. So I'm all cool. And it was fine. I mean, I still wasn't feeling great. I had a bit of a sore head. I was extremely tired. I did all my usual things, got the kids ready for bed, got them settled. And then from nowhere, I got an attack of the munchies, which over this last week or so, I've managed to kind of avoid. And I'm not quite sure where it came from last night. It just seemed to kind of sneak up on me. I'd gone and made myself a cup of tea, and I thought, right, well, I've still got like 6 sins left. And I had a bag of crisps out in the kitchen, which I knew was 6 sins. They're the prawn cocktail spirals. I really like them. I try not to have them very often anymore, but I knew that I could still legitimately have them and still be within my plan. I thought, well, they're not sweet, but I like them, and if I have a bag of crisps, yeah, they're reasonably filling, because it's quite a big bag. Have them with my cup of tea, chill out, and you know, that should be me okay. Well, no, didn't work, because I had my cup of tea, I had my spirals, and a bit later I went and made myself another cup of tea, and the kids' biscuit barrel was sat on the side in the kitchen. Now, I don't eat many biscuits normally. I have been doing pretty damn well to resist the temptation to eat biscuits, because I can't just have like 1 or 2 little biscuits. I tend to have like half a dozen, or, you know, a handful of... It's dangerous. I have a very sweet tooth. And when you have a cup of tea and there's a load of biscuits and you're like, nah, they go nicely together. Yeah. I did it. I sat last night and ate a pile of biscuits with my cup of tea. Really not proud of myself. I mean, I enjoyed them at the time. And see, the annoying thing is, even when I was eating them, I already knew that I shouldn't be, because I knew that it wouldn't help with my weight loss. But there was another part of me that's like, well, they're just biscuits. You know, if you had a phone for a pizza, your sins would have been like sky high. And instead, you know, your handful of biscuits or whatever, probably, I don't even know how many sins it would be, say 20 or 20 sins, something like that. What a biscuit is, between 2 and 3 each. So yeah, I don't know. I hope I haven't blown it for the week, because I still have until Thursday, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah, so another 5 days, if I can get my focus back on, you know, back on track, and eat my proper meals, and try not to hit my maximum sins each day, so that there is still, if I could try and like, I don't know, like absorb those extra sins that I've already eaten into my like weekly allowance, then I might still somehow manage to have a loss. I've probably wrecked my chances of having a £3 loss right enough, but I could still get a loss, and that's what I have to focus on. Yes, I fell off the wagon and munched a load of biscuits and stuff. No, I'm not proud of it, but no, I'm not going to regret it either, because it's life. I wanted the biscuits, so I had them. I've got nobody else to blame but myself. I enjoyed them. I wanted them, I had them, you know, but it could have been a lot worse. I think that's kind of my mantra at the minute. When things happen in life, I think it is about remembering that these things are only small things, small tests, small hurdles that have to be crossed, and things really can be a lot worse. You know, I mean, I could have had a pizza that was like a million sins. I could have gorged myself and had ice cream and cakes and God knows what, but I didn't. I had some biscuits. It wasn't even a whole packet of biscuits. It was a handful of biscuits. I need to get back on track. I need to be eating properly. I mean, this morning I purposely cooked myself some breakfast because it's Saturday, so I didn't have the school runs and things to do. Again, more of a kind of brunch time breakfast, but I cooked some bacon and some eggs and chopped up a little potato just into like thin slices and put that in the pan and put that on my other protein roll that I had defrosted. And that was nice and filling. Again, just a little tiny squirt of ketchup to give it a bit of flavour. So that was my breakfast, and I had my cups of tea, and I've only had one energy drink today, not two. And I've had some Diet Pepsi, which I kind of live off of a lot of the time. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do for dinner. I think I really want to try the meatball pasta bake type thing, so I might do that. And I've got a feeling the meatballs can be cooked from frozen anyway because they're just 100% minced beef. However, and I need to edit edit my other video, the muscle food haul video. I did mention that the meatballs were free. When I double checked that, they're actually half a sin each, so you get like 6 giant meatballs in this packet, so like 3 sins. Even if you ate all of them, you probably wouldn't manage to eat all of them. You probably have like half of them. So you're looking at like 1.5 sins. They're almost free. And I've got some of that. Is it rigatoni? The big, like the big thick tubes of pasta. Not like, well, not like cannelloni type stuff or whatever it is. The you know, but the big chunky tubes. So I'm thinking, do the meatballs, do the pasta, knock up some kind of tomatoey sauce of some description, and stick some cheese on that, and that would probably be quite good. So I might do that for dinner. Although I have found this, see, the problem with Slimming World is that even if you do try it and like meal plan, you're just constantly thinking about food. You're constantly thinking, right, what am I going to have next? What am I prepping next? What am I going to eat for lunch? What am I having for dinner? What do I need to get at the shops? What things have I got missing out of my cupboard? It's a nightmare because, you know, if you're trying to lose weight, you don't want to be eating in excess. You don't want to constantly be thinking about food. You want to be like concentrating on other stuff. But hey ho. So I thought I would come on and have a bit of a rant, and I thought maybe if I tried to do some sort of a vlog of what I was eating or something, so that I was kind of a bit more, kind of like holding myself accountable. If I've got to tell you guys what I'm eating, I might be less inclined to deviate from my plan. So yeah, I've told you what I had yesterday. I had my hash steak on a roll, and I had my mash, and I had some biscuits. Oops. And today I've had my egg and bacon roll. I haven't had lunch yet. I'm hoping to do the meatballs for dinner. And if I do the meatballs, I will video the meat. I'll video the meatball pasta bake, because that will probably be quite a good one to do as a mini tutorial type thing. So I don't know if you guys can relate to the things that I've been talking about. If you get constant headaches and migraines, if you get you know, bouts of depression, if you just have days where you're just that worn out and that tired and exhausted that you can't stand and cook or whatever, let's talk about it. Let's let other people know that they're not on their own, because I'm pretty damn sure that I'm not the only one that suffers with depression. I'm not the only one that feels like almost constant fatigue. You know, I'm not the only one that feels that they have to drag their ass to the kitchen to go and make dinner. I'm not the only one that has mental health issues, or any other kind of physical impairments. Let me know in the comments below if you struggle with things like that, if you've got any suggestions perhaps of how to get around it. Obviously batch cooking is one of them, and that's something that I'm going to be trying to work on. But yeah, if you've got any other ideas that that would help people in my situation, I think it would be good. I think we can help each other out. So yeah, I will try and keep up the vlog thing. Let me know if you want me to keep doing the vlogs, because obviously the vlogs are something very different from like the recipe tutorials and the weigh-in videos and things. This is basically just me, just me talking to you. Sometimes having a rant, sometimes dancing around the place. I don't know. And you get to see me having my bad hair days, because I've not actually put anything in my hair this morning. Yeah, if you would like to see more of the vlogs, if you'd like to see more into my day-to-day life and how depression affects me, how my OCD affects me, then let me know. Comment below, and if there's interest, then I'll do it. So I shall say ta-ta for now, and hopefully by the time you see this, my other video that I'm currently uploading for Hunter's Chicken will be up, and you'll have watched that and give it a big thumbs up, because it's a boom recipe. See you later, guys. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up below. If you would like to see more recipe ideas, how-to videos, live cook-alongs, cleaning and organising tips, and much more, then please click that subscribe button and you will be notified each time I upload a fabby new video. Until next time, my friends.